Hello, I'm Tyler Smith of Battleship Pretension, here to talk about another great character. So, when we're kids, we tend to have a certain idea of what the world is like. It seems moderately safe, and we feel like we'll be able to navigate it fairly well. Of course, as we get older, we start to realize that life is a bit more complicated than that. We suddenly realize that there is a difference between how things should be and how things are. Most of us will try to balance those two things, attempting to make a positive difference in the world while also trying to stay realistic about how much of a difference we can make. Some of us, however, just can't manage that balance. We just can't get over how much the world deviates from our initial expectations. It can be heartbreaking and maybe even life-shattering. But this can be especially true when we put other people up on a pedestal, putting expectations on them that they can't possibly live up to. Such is the tragic story of Libby Holden, played by Kathy Bates, in Primary Colors. Libby is, in many ways, a study in contradictions. On one hand, she appears to be a tough-as-nails, no-nonsense kind of broad.
From now on, you can call me the Dustbuster. You know, honey child, I'm stronger than dirt.
I believe you.
On the other hand, however, she has a childlike enthusiasm that at times can seem a little naive.
Please, mister, please. Don't play B-17. It was our song.
Libby got into politics during the Nixon years, when the establishment was corrupt and warmongering. Thousands of high school and college kids decided that they were going to try and do things differently. Some came to realize that you can't do everything based on idealism alone.
We were young. We didn't know how the world worked. Now we know.
Libby, however, never quite came to this realization.
Let's go, Henry. We gotta change the world now.
A longtime friend of political power couple Jack and Susan Stanton, Libby quickly became their most ardent supporter, defending them to an almost fanatical degree.
A triumphant day, huh, Randy? Perhaps your best ever. Is that Cashmere on the line? Let me say hi.
No, it's not.
Well, say goodbye to Sherman Presley, then. We've got business.
So when Jack has the chance to become president, Libby's belief that things can finally change kicks into high gear.
Our job is to make it clean. Because if it's clean, we win. Because our ideas are better. You remember that, Jack?
However, it turns out that this isn't the first time Libby's excitement has gotten the better of her.
But inside, you're just like Libby, who actually goes crazy when her candidate turns out not to be the rocker church was built on. Do you know in '78, she actually wore a button that said, "I'm a picker person," and nosedived when he quit the race? Didn't even try to get the goods on why he was...
Well, he told us why.
By the end of the film, Libby is faced once again with the harsh reality of life. People, no matter how good their intentions, just aren't perfect. The Stantons, both Jack and Susan, have gone from fighting the establishment to embracing it. They were her last hope, and now they're gone too, and Libby is alone.
Oh, honey. You see that moon? That's me. It's beautiful, huh? But Henry, it's only reflected light. It needs the sun. And the Stantons are my sun. I live my life drawing light and warmth from them. Without them, I'm bleak and cold and airless for eternity.
She is adrift, feeling like this world is no place for her. And so she decides she's going to leave it, once and for all. Libby Holden is tragic but also cautionary. While we may be frustrated with the Stantons, we also acknowledge that they're probably right. If you're going to make a difference in this world, you'll need to work within the system. And if that means becoming part of it, so be it. Sometimes we need to interact with evil in order to do a little bit of good. Even the Bible understood this. We're to be shrewd as snakes and innocent as doves. That's a tough tightrope to walk, but one that we must, otherwise we could very well lose our minds. And that is the story of Libby Holden, and it's one worth thinking about. Thank you for watching.